the fourth level nafs inshaAllah, AL-MUTMAINNA.
It is the self that has ascended to the first station of development towards intimacy, contentment and love for Allah. Its refinement is attained through increasing commitment and through honest and sincere fulfillment of obligations, particularly with respect to human relationships and to the conduct regarding the acts of worship. The Prophet ﷺ said, "The religion is in the conduct, and the best among you in character is the best in faith."
So what is it? It's adab. If you see and you witness someone with no adab and think, no, they still must be pious, no. They could be representatives of unseen beings and their knowledge couldn't be coming from those beings. So it means it's what? The way is based on good manners and good conduct. The nature of their reality is soft and subtle, they're latif, they pick up and feel energies and they understand that the vibration and the tone, even the tone in which they speak has to be soft, never harsh, never sort of wild and crazy and screaming and yelling.
The secure self has entered the pathways, the methods and means of protection and healing through self-examination, resistance, striving and devotion. The self becomes confident that what is with Allah is better and more enduring than whatever is in its possession or in the possession of others. So the self becomes secure and ceases to occupy itself with anything other than who it has trust in.
Every situation is under the control and this understanding is tawheed. They understood everything comes from Allah. Who are you fighting then? Who are you arguing? What is it that you're trying to prove in your argument? They understood because they're now witnessing Allah in everything. The one they're arguing back is more skilled and more powerful than you because Divinely Presence is pushing you back. So then they understood, just stay quiet, have good character through this test because Allah teaches us, I don't change a condition of a person, of my servant until he change what's within himself. So what's the most typical? People want to move, they want to go, they say, oh I want to go, but the problem is you're going too and you're the problem. It's not the location, it's you that's the problem. Unfortunately you pack yourself in the bag and you go to the next place and you're still there. And Allah promised, I'm not going to change anything, I'm not going to change any condition around you. It's actually going to be intensified now because you didn't seem to get the system. So they understood, no, I have to change, it's wholly about me. وَفَوْضُ أَمْرِي إِنَّ اللَّهَ إِنَّ اللَّهُ بَصِيرٌ بِالْعِبَادِ. Therefore verily Allah sees my condition and He won't change it until I change myself. Allah is the hammer and I'm the nail and He's sending every character to give a little hit, ding, 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 ding until you are ground beef. You came through the door as a steak, as a fillet. Do you know who I am? You know who my jat are, who my ancestors are, you know my wealth, my status, my position. Ooh, that just means you're going to have more grinding because the big steaks are harder to grind down. Had you just come and said, you know I'm just like a hamburger, nothing, and no problem because with hamburger you just couple slaps and it's already ready. They don't need to be thrown in a grinder. Blessed be the weak and the poor. Why? Because they're already down to the ground. That was the greatness of Prophet. We're not selling rows in our masjid. Prophet shocked their system by saying, no, I don't care if you're a king or a slave, sit in the row and pray with me. And they were shocked that they were sitting next to a slave. We buy the rows and everyone sit in the back. And the greatness of Islam and what Prophet brought, no, I don't care who's a king and I don't care who's a slave, sit in the front and pray. And the best of you is the one who comes the earliest to pray. And this was the greatness and azimat of Sayyidina Muhammad. knowing that no sickness in Islam, there's no money in Islam, there's no way to buy Allah.
This is the first level of maturity for the self. The heart begins to shine with the light of consciousness. The ego's power begins to shrink so that purity, refinement, clarity and light dominate the heart. Now the self begins to show its true attributes that were previously hidden. These are the attributes of servanthood, helplessness, all power to Allah, humility, poverty, non-attachment, need and annihilation.
You see that in your nafs in Ramadan, right? So you're not going to ever kill your nafs, your job is to convert your nafs. His Hizb Shaitan, he has to become Hizbullah, not from Lebanon, but he has to be with the party of Allah, in which your nafs will work with you. Say, we're not going anywhere, okay I'm going to wear my kufi, now I'm with you. And you see that nafs in Ramadan. He says, this guy's committed to Ramadan, don't matter if he's going to die or not die. So he wakes you up, time to have suhoor man, we're hungry. And you see your nafs is helping you so that it doesn't stay hungry, doesn't go through difficulty. You're eating your suhoor on time, you're breaking the first person to break.
Now he is under the command of his human soul, which takes pleasure in following the example of the Prophet ﷺ. He possesses the qualities which Allah praises. He is kind, generous, patient, forgiving, sincere, thankful, content and at peace. Every word which comes from his lips is holy, either from the Holy Qur'an or from the tradition of the Prophet ﷺ or from the teaching of his soul. He is a teacher not only through words but also by example. Miracles which transpire through him he attributes to other causes, never claiming them, disowning them to the point of denying them. His every action corresponds to the highest.
That what Allah want to open is the diya, so that your heart is lit and your face becomes shining and your being is filled with the secret of Sayyidina Muhammad. Then the radiya,